Hi, I'm Paris, and yesterday while I was out at Target buying my portable heater and my winter bird, I saw they have a new type of Christmas lights you can buy. These are LED lights, but what makes them unique is you don't have to worry about plugging them in. They don't have to be anywhere near an outlet. They run on batteries.
Epic review, guys.
They had quite a number of colors and styles of lights, but these two in particular appealed to me. Each string is 10 feet long, and each string goes for about $10, so they're sort of on the pricey side. Some of the advantages of this type of Christmas light is that you don't need to have extension cords running everywhere, and the wire that the lights are on is flexible and bendable, and you can use it as a decorating tool to bend it into shapes to wrap it around things. Again, $10 a set. You can find out more about these at the link down below this video. I think we've switched over nearly all of our Christmas lights to LED lights. They don't burn out nearly as often, and that was always the issue with Christmas lights burning out and then having to figure out which bulb was bad. Also, they use a lot less power and they don't get as hot, so I'm not as worried about safety issues with them. Now, these are pretty similar to what I think is called in the modern day parlance fairy lights. I knew my youngest sister liked them because she has them up as decorations around her apartment. And so for her birthday a couple years back, I sent a fairy light set to her, but I sent it to my father to bring to her. And he called me after receiving the pack and said, "What the heck did you send your sister Christmas lights for her birthday?" I said, "No, it's a younger person thing. They're called fairy lights and they're used to create the ambiance in the room." And he said, "Yeah, right." But then after he gave them to her, I heard back later that he said, "Oh, she really liked those lights you sent." I have to say that my first impression of these is as badly tangled as regular Christmas light sets get. This thin little wire and 10 sets of these all thrown into a Christmas bin, will you ever be able to untangle them again the next year? Here's a close-up look at the lights. Seems like there's not a lot to them, and especially not a lot to the wire. The wire just feels like a very thin aluminum wire. It's also very thinly insulated, or if we have a plus and a minus, it just seems like this is something that would short out so easily unless I don't understand how it's working. Here's a controller box. The back pops off and you put in 2 AA batteries. I don't know how long the batteries will keep the lights going. Very simple controls with one very nice feature. You have on, off, and timer. And the timer you don't have to mess with setting the timer. It's set for you. 6 hours on, 18 hours off, which is just about perfect, I think, because most people would turn this on in the evening around 5 or 6, and then it will shut itself off around 11 o'clock or midnight. Well, let's turn them on and see how they look. Oh, that's nice. I feel so festive. Now, there's no way to change the color changing pattern, so I guess it goes through and does stuff like this on its own, but I like this. I've turned off the lights and closed the curtains, but it is daytime, still have light coming in, and I'm impressed at how much light these are putting out. These are kind of a chore to work with because they're constantly hooking the other wires and getting tangled, but the fact that they have that thin little wire that you can bend lets you create all kinds of decorative effects. I've made a Santa beard of lights. Or else I could use this if I star in a remake of Tron. With just a few twists and bends, you can decorate just about anywhere. I'm a fan of these already. This style with the flashing lights and the multicolored lights, I think I would tend to put on a Christmas tree. What I have in the other box are warm white, sort of more peaceful traditional Christmas lights that you might use in decorations on the wall or by a display, a nativity scene, something like that. Oh, and by the way, these are indoor-only lights. These have the same controller box, also 10 feet in length, but gold wire rather than silver, and just as tangly as the others. These look and sound a lot like marbles, like glass marbles. They're also reflective. I can see a whole bunch of little me's looking back at me in them. So let's see what these look like. Oh yes, much more subdued. I don't think they're going to flash or change color, but this is just what you want in some decorations. These definitely have a more peaceful feel to them. Because of the weight of the glass balls, they're a little bit harder to bend around and to shape to fit different things. So here you have them, the secular and the somber. Well, I think more decorating options is good. I wouldn't replace all of our Christmas lights with these, especially since they can't be used outdoors, as well as it would be kind of expensive at $10 for each 10-foot strip. But if you're into decorating, I'm sure you could put these battery-powered light strips to good use. You can find out more about both sets and the whole range of them at the link down below this video. First of many holiday videos to come. Keep checking back for those. See you on the next review.